If you want to sell your electric bike, I have 5 tips for you to get the most amount of money possible. A very common question I have is people asking me, hey, where can I sell my used electric bike? Or do you take trade-ins for used electric bikes?
First off, I'm concerned about your transportation situation.
Because I've either bought something newer or better or different, and as much as I would just love to take every single used e-bike as a trade-in, logistically it doesn't make a lot of sense. I have customers all over the country, and shipping on used bikes back to California and possibly back out to customers just wouldn't quite work. But I do believe I have found the solution, and that is something called ebikesearch.com. But more on that later. Step number 1 to selling your bike easily, quickly, and for the most amount of money is to find all of the parts and pieces. I see bikes for sale occasionally that are missing the charger or missing the keys. Now, if they're missing those 2 things, that's often a telltale sign that the bike has been stolen.
On the 5th time, he pulls out a tool, and just like that, he cuts through our lock.
This is the first time you've stolen a bike?
Yes.
Not very good luck.
Obviously not.
Because most of the time the owner will have the charger or the keys, but those are the 2 things that most e-bike riders don't carry with them on a regular ride. So just a tip, if you are buying, watch out for bikes that are missing the keys and the charger. If you're selling, however, make sure you have the keys, the charger to your bike, and any other accessories that originally came with it. Number 2, make sure the bike is ready to ride. No one likes to see a bike listed online or come test ride your bike because they might want to do that.
Can I try it really quick?
If they show up and it's got flat tires, the brakes are squeaky, and the shifter doesn't work. Tires, make sure they're inflated, don't have any slow leaks, and that the tires themselves aren't completely worn out. Make sure your brakes are adjusted and stopping properly on both the rear and the front. Go around the bike checking all the nuts and bolts, the bolts on the kickstands, the pedals, anything that tends to come loose over time. It's a good idea just to give it a good once over. And odds are, hopefully you're already doing these things, but if you're selling the bike, that might mean that you're riding a different bike and you haven't been paying as much attention to it. Make sure the battery is fully charged. That way, if someone does want to test ride it, they can turn everything on, they can ride the bike up and down the street, and they know that everything is working. Make sure the chain is smooth, the derailleur is working properly. It doesn't need to be like new unless you're selling the bike like new, but generally speaking, if someone's buying a used e-bike, they don't expect everything to be perfect, but they do want it to be functional. Number 3, take some nice detailed photos of the bike. If you're gonna list it online, it's not going to sell if there's no pictures. You just have to put pictures. Don't even consider posting an e-bike for sale without photos, because that is the number 1 thing somebody's going to ask you for.
What will she look like?
I would take a good side profile photo like this where you can see the entire bike so someone can quickly tell what type of e-bike it is at a glance. And I would get some close-ups so they can see the quality, what sort of condition the bike's in. Does it have any scratches or nicks? If you have any tags or stickers that have pertinent information such as the wattage of the motor, the capacity of the battery, those are just really helpful in cutting down on any questions potential buyers might have.
Looks like there's a lot you don't know about.
And I know this might not be in everybody's skill set, but if you have the ability, do a video like this one where I show off the Turbo Ant 750 watt bike with a 48 volt 14 amp hour battery. It's like new, used once for an e-bike review. Number 4, write down everything you know about the bike. That includes specifications from the manufacturer, what size the bike is it a small, a medium, a large. Now it's pretty obvious this is a fat bike, but I would still write that down, include it in your ad or description, because that makes it easier to find in search results. The definite things you want to put down are the battery capacity, the wattage of the motor, how many speeds the bike has, the size of the frame, the size of the tires, the brand and model.
What kind of bike do you have?
It's a sledgehammer.
Dang.
I would also put the model year if you know what it is. I would also turn on your display, and if it has an odometer, see how many miles. And finally, if you've made any changes or modifications to the bike.
You got shocks, pegs, Lucky.
For example, the upgraded Rad Rover that I put together, I put that it has an upgraded controller, upgraded motor, upgraded battery. 3, 2, 1, go. Whoa, holy cow.
That thing is hot!
I'm gonna have to turn the camera here because she's gone. The more thorough you are in your description, I think the more people are going to stay on your ad. They're gonna read through your ad and they're going to slowly but surely, hopefully, fall in love.
Yes, I love technology, but not as much as you see. But I still love technology.
And want to buy your e-bike. And in the case of something like the Turbo Ant that is a current existing model, it's not a bad idea to put a link to the manufacturer or company's website with all of those specifications as well. Number 5, and the last thing you need to do, is to put your e-bike online. Now, just a couple of months ago, I probably would have told you to visit the Facebook groups for various e-bike brands or just general Facebook e-bike groups, but not all of them allow you to sell. There is the Facebook Marketplace, which is just a random marketplace mixed with dollhouses and cars and boats and trucks and Pokemon cards and whatever things people are wanting to buy or sell. We also have websites like Craigslist, which are the same kind of thing, just mixed with all sorts of goods. But there was no one place for electric bikes. And to me, that seemed like a problem. Because yes, I could list this bike for sale on Craigslist, I could list that one on Facebook Marketplace, and eventually I would probably sell both of them. But would I get top dollar and would I sell them quickly? Probably not.
Can't find my checkbook. Hope you don't mind I pay you in change.
And the reason is those sites are not optimized to sell one specific type of thing. If there was a website that was designed specifically for buying and selling e-bikes, people know they could go there and only find e-bikes. However, if you want to go, for example, to Craigslist and search electric bike or e-bike, depending on what search terms you put in, you may miss a bike that's for sale, you may find things that aren't e-bikes at all. It's a little bit confusing. It works, but it's not best. So that's why I decided to start my own new website, ebikesearch.com, which is a buy and sell website specifically for electric bicycles and nothing else. We opened the website about a month ago for beta testing, and it was by invite only. And so far, I've already seen bikes sold from Ad Motor, Bike Tricks, Bolton e-bikes. There is currently right now a Bowls Evo mountain bike for sale. Rad Power bikes, and I've tried to make it as easy as possible to use. You can search on a geographic map and find e-bikes that are close to you. You can also filter by the type of bike. If you want a cargo bike, say you want a fat bike, maybe you need a folding bike, or if you want to search by price, you can also do that. If you want to find a specific motor wattage, if you want a battery that's at least a certain size, those are easily selectable and searchable features to narrow down to the types of bicycles you're looking for. And as of today, ebikesearch.com is completely open to the public. Anyone can log on, create an account, put your own electric bike up for sale, or of course you can create an account for buying a bike that someone else has put up. And to encourage you to sign up for ebikesearch.com, I am listing some point in the next 30 days this Turbo Ant 750 watt fat bike on ebikesearch.com. I'm also going to list the KBO road bike over here for extremely low prices. Now, I'm not talking about a good deal like $1,000 or even $500, but these are basically going to be given away. We're gonna put them up there for crazy low prices. It might be $10, it might be $20, but it's gonna be something that is well worth it.
How does the dealio sound to you?
That's going to be done at random with no warning, so all you have to do is make sure you go sign up to ebikesearch.com and check regularly, because you never know when you might see an e-bike for a killer deal. Now, if by chance you're considering selling your e-bike because it's not comfortable, make sure that you've seen my video on how to make your e-bike more comfortable first.